Hi, class. Welcome to week 11. Last week, we learned about hypothesis testing. We explored significance levels and introduced the concept of a hypothesis test. A hypothesis test, of course, is a standard way to test a claim about a population parameter. If you want to know with proof that something is statistically significant and unlikely to have occurred by chance alone, you got to conduct a hypothesis test. If something is statistically significant, it means that it did not happen by chance. Therefore, it was a statistically significant event. This week, we're going to learn about hypothesis tests for known population standard deviation. We're going to focus on setting up and conducting hypothesis tests. And when we make conclusions about an entire population based on the data in a random sample of that population, this is called statistical inference. Hypothesis testing is one way to make statistical inferences. We start by claiming that the population parameter of interest is equal to a value, and that's our null hypothesis. Then we're going to state an alternative hypothesis. A lot of times this is called an experimental hypothesis. But we're going to come up with this, and it's going to be a statement that is the opposite of the null, and is usually what we are trying to prove. So you can think of the alternate hypothesis or experimental hypothesis as being what you're trying to prove, and the null hypothesis is basically like, hey, there's nothing going on here, nothing statistically significant. So in nursing, if we're going to conduct a medication trial, you might need to set up, conduct, and interpret a hypothesis test. So an example, suppose we want to find the mean number of milligrams of a pill of a certain medication, and that it should have no more than 45 milligrams. So we can set our null hypothesis to being, that average is equal to 45 milligrams. And then you can set your alternative hypothesis to saying that this is greater than 45 milligrams. And then you can test the average amount of medication in that batch of pills. So that's an example that you might run across in nursing, something like it. At any rate, that's my welcome for week 11. I hope everything is going well. I'm looking forward to seeing y'all in seminar this week. And I will talk to y'all later. Y'all take care. Bye-bye.